This is no joke. I have literally had listing agents tell me that the seller's bottom line is fill in the blank, you choose. I have had buyers that I'm representing get this information and decide to write an offer for less than they had originally intended to write their offer. Now, as a buyer's agent, when I'm representing a buyer, it is my fiduciary duty to share with them any information that is deemed relevant in protecting their best interests. So you better believe I'm going to share that information with a buyer's agent. So why would a listing agent tell a buyer's agent what the seller's bottom line is? 1, the seller told them. 2, they just didn't think about it. So if you are a home seller, listen up, because we are going to dive in to the things you should never tell a real estate agent, the seller's edition. I'm Shamika Fox, your Santa Cruz real estate expert. If you are thinking about buying or selling in the Santa Cruz area, please give me a call. I would love to help you out. If you are thinking about buying or selling outside of Santa Cruz, fill out the form below, call, text, or email me, and I will connect you with a wonderful realtor in your area. Okay, the first thing that I would suggest never telling a real estate agent is, I just want to test the market. Why? If you are hiring a true professional, your listing agent is going to spend a lot of time, money, and resources preparing and marketing your home so that they can achieve getting the best offer, the highest price, and the best terms. If you're not committed to them and you just want to test the market, they are not going to fully commit to you. They are going to be skeptical about your intentions, and they are going to be nervous that they are just spending their time and their resources, as well as a lot, and I mean thousands of dollars on marketing expenses, trying to sell your home, but that you're not actually a realistic seller. So if you have a price that you have to get out of the sale of your home, as a seller, you want to commit to your listing agent. You don't want to just test the market. If you need to sell or you want to sell for whatever reason that may be, you're upsizing, downsizing, moving out of the area, etc., put your house on the market and know that the market will bear what the market will bear, but only after you've chosen a professional realtor to effectively market your home so that you can get the best price and terms. The second thing that I would say never tell your real estate agent is that I'm not in a rush to sell. Remember, I've told you this before. Your home is worth the most amount of money the first day that it hits the market. I've had sellers get offers the first day that their home goes on the market, and they say, Shamika, we want to wait. If this is the first day that we're on the market and we get an offer that's over the list price, can you imagine what's going to happen in 2 weeks after it's been effectively marketed? The fact of the matter is that if there is a sense of urgency and there is a buyer that is ready, willing, and able to purchase the first day that your home goes on the market, that is a serious buyer, and they are going to maximize their offer so that they can try and weed out the competition and seal the deal. I've had sellers lose tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars by not accepting the first offer because they wanted time to market their property. So never tell a real estate agent that you're not in a rush to sell. Number 3 thing never to tell a real estate agent is, if I don't get X amount of money, I'm not going to sell. This goes hand in hand with the first thing not to tell a realtor, that you just want to test the market, because at the end of the day, the realtors do not dictate what the market will bear for your property. Again, I'm going to highlight that I want you to interview multiple agents. I want you to make sure that you choose a strategic partner when you choose your listing agent that you know will effectively market your property, spend money on marketing resources, and have a far reach so that you know that all of the people who could be interested in your home have seen it. And then whatever the market will bear at that time, the market will bear. If you don't get any offers after 30 days, that usually means it's time to have a discussion with regards to a price adjustment. And if you do get offers, hopefully you get multiple offers, and hopefully your listing agent counters every single offer that comes in so that you can push the price and terms to the highest and best price and terms that a buyer is willing to offer to purchase your home. But never tell a real estate agent that if you don't get X amount of dollars, you're not going to sell. You want the listing agent committed to effectively marketing your home. Number 4 thing never to tell a real estate agent is I'm not interviewing other listing agents. The reason you don't want to say this is you actually want the realtor to be competitive, be compelling, show their best foot and their best light, show them what their marketing strategy is, what their pricing and negotiation skills are, what their compensation structure is in a competitive market. In fact, it is really important for a listing agent to know that they are competing for your business. When you go on a job interview, chances are other people are also going on that same job interview, and it's really important for the person who's interviewing to bring their best self forward, their best presentation forward, so that you can make an educated decision. If you tell a listing agent before they come to your house that they already have the job, they might not show up prepared, and then you might get skeptical about hiring them, regret having said that you weren't interviewing other realtors, and now you're stuck with this person, or you might feel stuck with this person even though you've changed your mind because they didn't show up for the job interview prepared to present what their marketing plan is and what they have to offer you with their compensation structure. Number 5 thing never to tell a real estate agent is what you think your home is worth. A true professional realtor will come to a listing presentation ready to share with you what the current market conditions are. Now, I go to my listing appointments with a market condition snapshot so that we can look at together the most recent sales in the area, if there's any active listings in the area so that we can see what the competition is, and then any pending sales so we can see how long it took for those properties to go pending and how they compare to the property that we are going to be listing. Since I generally won't have seen the actual property in person until after our listing appointment, I then go back to my computer and I'm able to make adjustments based on the unique features of the property. Santa Cruz market is different than other markets. We don't have a lot of planned unit developments. So I want to see the property in person. I want to see if there's an ocean view. I want to see how big the yard is. I want to see if the land is flat. I want to see if they've done any upgrades to the property. I want to see if there's bonus rooms. I want to see the condition. You could have maybe remodeled last year, but you have had parties every night of the week, and so the house is totally trashed. I need to see the details of the property and of the house so that I can appropriately adjust the evaluation and make sure that what I'm presenting as far as a pricing strategy suggestion is based on the actual current condition of the property. I might also make recommendations that we paint, that we landscape, that we prepare the property so that it presents in its best highlight. I do have things that I recommend not doing to a property. You can check out my video, the 10 things not to fix when selling your home, but I do believe that preparing your property is important and part of the strategy to get to the highest dollar amount. So, never tell a real estate agent what you think your home is worth. Let them do their job, let them analyze. And there's another thing that is very important. If you tell the realtor what you think your home is worth or what you want to get out of the sale of your home, there is a chance that the real estate agent might just tell you what you want to hear instead of telling you actual facts and data and how they are going to strategically price your property. Number 6 thing never to tell a real estate agent is, do I have to disclose? If you are asking if you have to disclose something, the answer is always yes. Always yes. You do not want to end up in a lawsuit. You do not want to get sued. If there's any known material facts or defects with regards to your property, you must disclose that information to a potential buyer. Number 7 thing never to tell a real estate agent is, can I have an open listing agreement? An open listing agreement essentially means that if you bring me the buyer, I will sign a listing agreement with you and we can sell to your buyer. The chances of one individual agent having enough people in their database that they can farm their database for the exact appropriate buyer is very slim chances. We really want to effectively market your property. We want to strategically negotiate, and we want to make sure that as many people as possible can see your home in its best light, showcasing the best features so that we can get your highest and best offer. A realtor most generally will have a hard time agreeing to working with an open listing agreement. So never ask an agent if they are willing to have an open listing agreement. Number 8 thing never to say to a real estate agent is, I don't want to put my house on the market. Now, in some circumstances, there are people who have a distressed situation and they have to get their home sold as quickly as possible so that it doesn't end up in foreclosure because they have equity and we don't want them to lose equity. And then I would ask the realtor to hop on the phone, call all their investors and say, we got to get this home sold quickly so that they don't lose their equity. Generally speaking, though, if you're not in a distressed situation, put your home on the open active market. Put it on the MLS. Make sure as many eyes, as many buyers, as many people as possible can see your property so that you can get the best terms and the highest price possible. Never tell a realtor that you don't want to put your home on the active market. They want to work for you. They should work for you. Number 9 thing never to tell a real estate agent is, what is the term of the listing agreement? This should be a discussion and it should be something that you actually dictate in some ways to the realtor. You do not want to sign a 1-year listing contract with no cancellation clause and have the realtor not be doing a good job representing you, representing your property, and you're stuck with that person for an entire year. Generally speaking, I sign 6-month listing agreements, and it's because we take a little bit of time in the beginning of the listing agreement to prepare the home, a little bit of time in the beginning of the listing agreement to get the disclosures and the inspections done, and then we want to get the professional marketing package done, the professional photos, the professional videos, the professional print brochures. We want to get all of that done so that when we actually go live on the MLS and syndicate with all the other real estate websites, our complete package looks beautiful. It is ready to present to the world. It shows well, and we're ready for offers. We're ready to negotiate. That said, there are agents that will agree to a 3-month listing contract with the expectation that if they do a wonderful job and it hasn't sold in that 3-month time frame, you'll be willing to extend it. Just know that when you are negotiating the listing agreement with the real estate agent, that you should feel comfortable with the time frame that is noted in the listing agreement, because this is a binding contract. Number 10 thing never to say to a real estate agent is this a good time to sell? Remember that we have been compared to used car salesmen, that we have a bad reputation in general. Not everybody is the same, but asking a real estate agent who is not trustworthy if this is a good time to sell, they're all going to say yes. The truth of the matter is that it's only a good time to sell if it's a good time to sell for you. So a really good listing agent will ask questions to find out your motivation and your need to sell, and then be able to coach you as to when you should put your house on the market. In Santa Cruz, we don't really have seasonality because it doesn't snow here. In fact, we have a very mild climate, unlike other areas like Connecticut or the East Coast, where it's actually frozen part of the year and you can't leave your house because of blizzards. So in other areas, there is seasonality, and it is good to know it is not a good time to sell during the blizzard months. In Santa Cruz, we don't have that. So my question when I meet with sellers and they ask me, is this a good time to sell, even though I suggest never asking that question, is, what is your motivation for selling? Why are you selling? I want to dig deeper and understand what their need is and why they are selling before I advise them on if it is a good time to sell. And number 11 thing never to say to a real estate agent. Now, you'll remember my story at the beginning of this video when I said that a listing agent has in the past told me what the seller's bottom line is, and I've shared that with the buyer because I had fiduciary duty with the buyer and I thought that it was pertinent and relevant information. So never tell a real estate agent what your bottom line is. You might not even know. You might think you know, and then as things progress and you've had your house on the market for a bit of time, that might change. Your motivation might change. Your time frame or your need to sell might change. Even if you know what your bottom line is, it is not necessary for you to tell a real estate agent what your bottom line is. They should be providing you with what's called a seller's estimated net sheet that shows you what you will make after all of the fees and compensations are paid, after your mortgage is paid off if you have a mortgage, and you will be able to see what you'll be netting at the end of the day. So when you are meeting with real estate agents and discussing the sale of your home, never tell the real estate agent what your bottom line is. A better approach would be, let's consider offers as they come in. Let's look at the terms and the details and the outline of the offer once it's presented. And at that time, we can discuss a negotiation strategy and decide what is best for you once we have offers, so that we can actually have an intelligent conversation based on the offer's price and terms. That's it. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope it has brought some value to your life. If you have any questions, or you are considering buying or selling a home in the Santa Cruz area, phone, text, email, or comment below. I will be in touch with you. If you are thinking about selling outside of the Santa Cruz area, fill out the form below and I'll be in touch with you so that I can connect you with a wonderful realtor in your area that will be able to assist you in attaining your real estate dreams. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, I'm Shamika Fox, your Santa Cruz real estate expert. Make it a great one.